Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk to you about dealing with people who have just been recently bereaved. And I'm talking all this from personal experience of seeing what is happening to people uh, who have been recently bereaved and what has happened to their portfolios. So first of all, I'll come up with the solutions later. I'm talking about a man dying and that man being in charge of the family's wealth. And later on, I'll tell you what he could have done better, right? So a recently bereaved person is a person to whom you don't go and start saying how to behave when they are bereaved, because each person's grief is different. Somebody is grieving that the person has died, somebody is grieving that don't know how to go forward. They don't know many of the things which the husband was doing. I'm assuming again that the husband was the earning member, he was the person managing the finances, and the woman may have taken or may not have taken enough interest in the affairs of the financial affairs, right? So, telling her how she should behave during her bereavement is very easy and tempting, especially if you're older and this girl is younger. Let's say it's a 35-year-old girl who has lost her husband. Then it's very easy to go and act like a protective person and say, do this, do that, this is what so and so did. First, avoid the temptation. You're a financial advisor, be a financial advisor. Don't get into their personal grief. You have no clue how to get into their personal grief. Whether that person is 35 or 65 doesn't matter. You don't know how to get into that person's grief. So don't get into it. Don't get into grief management. It looks very simple and easy and tempting. Don't do that. And don't say, or nor do you say, oh, just get on, life is like that. Doesn't matter. Let them come through it. So understand that first. Understand second one, that when they are recently bereaved, the chances are they may not be able to think very cohesively. They may not know what to do next, but this is not a time to be pushing them. The only thing you can do if you have access to the portfolio is to say, one good thing about the whole thing is you don't need to make any dramatic and substantial changes in your life. Just get on, continue your job, and don't leave your job, and simple things like no major change is required. In some cases major change is required. For example, I know of a case where a person was staying in a house far beyond the rental that he could afford, and when the income stopped, they did not have money to pay that month's rent, right? It was as bad as that. He was a 35, 36-year-old chartered accountant to boot, did not have a will. It was a big mess. There was nothing that we could really do for his mother, his daughter was a 2-year-old, or his 32, 33-year-old widow. Sometimes you're totally helpless. Sometimes you're able to say, okay, you don't need to make any major changes. Continue to live in this house. The EMI will be taken care of by the term insurance, or rather the loan would be taken care of. So the EMI would cease. So you will be able to continue the same standard of living. Your children can go to the same school. Just reassuring them that no major change is required is a very good step. It's also a time when if you don't even if you, as a financial advisor, you did not even have the details of the wife, in the sense you did not have her phone number or email ID. The question is, how do you get in touch with her? Of course, the husband's phone would work. If you call on that number, I'm sure his wife would pick up and talk to you, but know how to approach that. If she does not know you well enough, it's going to be an Herculean task trying to retain your AUM. But this is also the time when the widow needs you very badly, because a recently bereaved person is a very easy, I would say, target for many salespeople to come and sell some life insurance, term insurance, medical insurance, something to her, or a ULIP, or a pension plan, or say, oh, you got 2 crores from term insurance, do this, go and put it in some ULIP or in some other traditional insurance, right? So that risk is also there. So you have to be in touch with your client's widow, and you should not be pushing. You should just be saying, continue as it is. All the money can be kept in the liquid account. You don't need any money now, and afterwards, after 3 months, 6 months, we will be able to attend to this. There is no great tearing hurry to do any other changes. After that, you may sit and simplify the portfolio and say, this is easier for you to manage, this is what should happen. But that depends on what you have done much before the death of the husband. So let me get into two parts now: what you can do if you are the husband, what you can do if you are the wife, and what you can do if you are the advisor. If you are the wife, please understand that you need to know how to make all the bill payments, how to make the electricity bill payment, the gas, telephone, all that. It is online, but please go and make the payments every alternate month. 1 month let your husband make, let 1 month let you make. Or if your husband has always been doing, then just make sure that you make the payments all the month. See how to set up the bank standing instructions. I'm quite appalled to know that many women educated, perhaps in other fields, she's a doctor or she's a salesperson in some company, they take absolutely no interest in knowing about their finances, and this is rotten. It's going to hurt you very badly. Many people hope that they will die first and therefore they will not need to learn this. Don't be so optimistic. Nothing like that happens. You could be first or your husband could be first. So please be careful about that. Learn as much as possible. Make sure that your husband has made a will favoring you, even if he's a half owner. You also have to make a will and make sure that your husband is a beneficiary, because your half has to be given to him, because the husband has a half and the wife has a half. The husband's half can go to the husband's brother, mother, father, child, anybody. Similarly yours, so you have to give your half to him and he has to give his half to you. That has to be incorporated in the will. If it is not there in the will, selling it is going to become very difficult. Your society may transfer it to you on the basis of nomination, but selling it is going to be a problem. So make sure that the documentation is right. Make sure that all the spellings in your PAN card, Aadhaar card, passport, bank, everything is correct, is exactly the same. If you are Pooja R. Patel, you have to be Pooja Rajesh Patel. See how it is in your PAN card or in your passport, and that is how it should be in every place. So it could be Kajal Rajesh Sanghvi or Kajal R. Sanghvi. So make sure that it is consistent in every place, because the market is very cruel and the law is very cruel. Kamlesh R. Sanghvi and Kamlesh Rajesh Sanghvi are not the same for the computer, right? So make sure that all these changes are incorporated properly. Make sure that you understand all the investments that your husband has done, or tell your husband that show me the more complicated ones, and what should I do with this? Should I just redeem this I know is a pension plan, this I know is a child plan, what about the others? Why are these there? Why are these schemes there? Your husband and wife have to understand this. Now, what is the job of the financial advisor? Job of the financial advisor is to ensure that whenever you meet, the three of you meet, the husband, wife and you, also if possible including the children, because tomorrow if something were to go wrong and both husband and wife were to be killed in one accident, we've seen a lot of such deaths during corona. How does the 22-year-old handle? He may not even know what the chartered accountant is supposed to do, what the financial advisor is supposed to do. In case of dentist or gynecologist, it is clear as to why people should go. Financial advice is not so clear. So sit down, clarify. This is a one-to-many thing. So you can do a Zoom call including all your clients, their wives, their children, saying what all needs to be done. Then you can sit one-to-one with each client and ensure that things get done. You don't have to start from zero with every client, right? So you tell them, okay, I want this done, I want this done, I want this done. Anyway, you're not going to make the will. You're going to get a lawyer to make the will. So get them to make the will. Get a lawyer, maybe you get it for them or they get it for you. You sign as a witness or you become the executor. Make sure that the husband and wife are in line with the investments. And also some husbands like to have a very complicated portfolio. Get them to tell their wives that in case I die, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you keep, but 6 to 11 plus just redeem, because it involves active management and you're not capable of doing that. You're not willing to do that. Please have that in writing. Otherwise people get emotionally attached. Oh, my father gave me these shares of Castrol when he was working there, or Colgate or HUL. That's fine. Fine to have shares which you have inherited, but you can't be emotionally attached to it and say, oh, this is a great share, I should never sell. This is not true, right? So whatever it is, make sure that everybody understands you're on the same page and proper documents are executed for this. Thank you.